Welcome to Pure Strength 3, coming to you direct from Stirling Castle in Scotland. This year we have teams from America, from Great Britain, from the Netherlands, and for the first time I see 8 strongmen, all taking part in television's quest to find the strongest nation in the world. Well, referee of the gruelling events you're about to see coming up, and my fellow commentator, Jeff Capes.
Hi, Alison.
Hi, Jeff. Just how strong are these men?
Well, in one word, I think it's awesome. In fact, one of the competitors we've nicknamed the Nightmare. I won't tell you which one, he probably hit me. But, no, I think 16 events in 4 days is probably the most gruelling, testing event that I've been associated with. I'm sure the competitors would say the same. Some of the events, well, they've never been seen before. They've been looked at, they've been devised so we can not trip them up, but actually test every ounce of strength throughout the body.
So, 8 super-fit strongmen raring to go. Leading the American team, Bill Kazmaier from Alabama. Bill's 6'3" tall and weighs 320 pounds. His teammate is the colossal O.D. Wilson from North Carolina, 6'7" tall, weighing 385 pounds. The British team, the tallest man in the competition, 25-year-old Mark Higgins, just under 7 feet tall and a weight of 350 pounds. Partnering Mark is 27-year-old Jamie Reeves, 6'3" tall, a weight of 325 pounds of sheer muscle. And the newcomers, the Icelanders, Magnus Ver Magnusson, 6'1", weight 280 pounds. His partner is Holti Arneson, 26 years of age, 6'3" and 300 pounds.
4, 5.
The Dutch team, 31-year-old Charlie van den Bosch, 6'4" and 325 pounds. And partnering Charlie is the oldest man in the competition, 39-year-old Ab Walders. He may be the smallest man at 6'1", but certainly one of the strongest. And as the contestants prepare to do battle, the Americans Bill Kazmaier and O.D. Wilson get to grips with the specially made gigantic 100-pound broadswords for the sword and chalice strength test.
Are you ready? Take the strain. Go!
Each team must hold the broadswords at arm's length. On the cross tips of the swords is a wine glass balanced on a plate. The combined weight to be held for as long as possible is 210 pounds, a real test of pure strength. The British team of Jamie Reeves and Mark Higgins holding firm, the Americans Kazmaier and Wilson holding at a slightly lower angle. But the Dutch already in trouble. The Icelanders Magnusson and Arneson in a high hold but wavering. The British and the Americans seem to have it well in hand. Bit of movement there, but the pressure really building on the enormous shoulders of these strong men. And the first to lose it are the Icelanders. A poor time for these newcomers to pure strength. The British contestant, Jamie Reeves, looks totally unconcerned. The Dutch having serious problems now. Van den Bosch won't be able to hold it for very much longer. Jamie and Mark holding on in there. Charlie really struggling now. And the Dutch team lose it after 1 minute and 19 seconds. And now it's just the British and the Americans left. The Americans won it last year. Can they repeat their victory here at Stirling Castle? Looks like the British team are in trouble now. Needs all the teamwork they can muster. And the strain really beginning to show on Mark Higgins' face. He's not going to hold on to it. No, and it's gone. 1 minute and 48 seconds for them. But there's no doubt about the winners. It's the Americans, O.D. Wilson and Bill Kazmaier, with a time of 1 minute and 55 seconds. Bill Kazmaier there with a big smile on his face. The Americans off to a fine start in this first event.
Hey, it's really tough out here holding this thing. It's super heavy. You know, this is O.D.'s first time at World's Strongest Man competition outside of powerlifting. If he didn't have any experience, I think he did real well.
O.D., how was that for you?
It felt pretty good. Had a pretty good teacher.
He's strong. He's real strong.
The man! Okay. British team, Jamie and Mark, we thought you had the Americans then. What went wrong?
Well, I think I got the DTs, and I don't drink.
Very tough event. We've lost one battle, but we're still in the war, and we've got a lot more fighting as yet.
No confidence lost yet?
No, this is just the start of things. We'll warm up as we go through the competition.
Brave words, but in event 1, Sword and Chalice gives the Americans 10 points, Great Britain take 8, Holland 6, and Iceland 4 points.
This next event is an event which neither myself or Mark have ever done. It involves lifting these 220 kilo logs, which is around 500 pounds, onto the trestles there, and large, they're around 5 foot high. So that in itself is going to be a feat of strength, lifting the logs on. We don't know whether it can be done. And as for cutting them and then running with them, well, what do you think, Mark?
Well, I think we're probably fitter than the Americans, and we're also a little bit taller, so it should suit us, but they are very heavy, so there's a lot of strength that will come into play as well.
Are you ready? Go!
So it's the Americans versus the British in the first heat of log cut. The teams must straddle the logs and heave them any way they can to the trestles, then the tough part really begins. And at the trestles, it's the British just ahead of the Americans. That's the easy bit over. Don't forget that these logs weigh 500 pounds apiece. Each team must lift the log into the trestle, chop it in half with their axes, and then drag the 2 halves to the battlements. The Americans struggling a bit there, but no such problems for the British pair, their log already firmly wedged in the chopping trestle. And as the British start to chop through the log, the Americans finally have their log in position. They seem to be taking it quite a lot easier. And this is hard, wet wood, those axes making very little impression. The American slow start seems to have paid off. They appear to have more energy, whilst the British pair are tiring fast. All they have to do is break those logs in half. And OD has decided to use his massive weight to speed things along. And it works. And Mark and Jamie decide to copy OD's successful style. Kazmaier well on his way now to the battlements. OD's dragging his log along. Looks like he's taking a dog for a walk, but this dog weighs a staggering 300 pounds, but he's not hurrying, taking it very easy there. And that's a disaster for the British, as Mark Higgins gets the entire 300-pound weight on his stomach. The Americans have reached the battlements. And Mark, with a little encouragement from Jeff Cates, tries to get over a severe winding. Jamie Reeves, though, on his own at the moment. But the Americans slow to start, fast to finish. Jamie still struggling without his teammate. But Mark Higgins finally rejoins his partner for the last section of the log pull, and he's not a happy man. OD back on the bench, waiting for the Brits to finish. And that's what happened. Both parts of the log falling onto the unfortunate Mark Higgins. But a good fast run for the Americans in just under 2 minutes.
Judges, are you ready? Track clear. Good.
Come on,
are you
Charlie.
ready?
Come on.
Go!
Into Heat 2, it's Holland versus Iceland. Charlie van den Bosch, Ab Walders for Holland, Holty Arnesen and Magnus Ver Magnussen for Iceland. And the Dutch are moving very quickly to the trestles. Although the Icelanders are smaller men, they managed to heave that log into the trestle faster than the Dutch. Remember, 500 pounds worth of wet pine log. Ab and Charlie still struggling with their log. The Icelanders chopping already, and they're going through that log like butter. A nice style there. Charlie van den Bosch obviously not that keen on lumberjacking.
Turn the log, come on!
And look at a very fast time to the log break by the Icelanders. Now, if they can get a fast pull to the battlements, they should win this without a problem. The Dutch really slowing down here. But the Icelanders have 10 feet to go. And Charlie Vandenbosch really trying to do himself an injury, and it hasn't worked. Not a wise move after what happened to Mark Higgins in the first heat. No such problems for the Icelanders, handling their 300-pound log sections like matchsticks. And they finished the race in an incredibly good time of 1.5 minutes, beating the Americans' first heat time.
On the cook! On the cook! Yeah!
And the Dutch finally make the break, but they're way down the field.
That was a very fast time. How did it feel?
Great. Very great.
What was the easiest part for you?
I think it was the cutting.
How was it for you?
Well, the people in Iceland, they have a great expectation for us because we won the World Championship up in Canada, the team trophy there. So we were off with a very bad start. But in Iceland, we say that bad start often brings good end. This is our first time, and it is a good feeling that we proved that we can do something.
Well, we started after seeing the first heat. We thought we'd do it nice and slowly and finish before them, but one way in the middle, something went wrong.
But the Icelanders, with an incredible time, gives them 10 points. USA in second place take 8. Great Britain third, despite Mark's fall, gives them 6 points, and Holland 4. So after the first 2 events, United States lead with 18 points. In joint second, it's Great Britain and Iceland on 14, and Holland bringing up the rear with 10. And so the battle for points continues up there at the castle, in an area that's well used to man's struggle for superiority and excellence. This is Stirling Oldbridge, where in 1297, William Wallace defeated the English forces at the start of the Wars of Independence. Today, it's one of Stirling's best-known landmarks. Well, here we'll take a short break. Back in a couple of moments with more Pure Strength events. See you then. From one of Scotland's most historical strongholds. Built on volcanic rock, Stirling Castle towers above the town it was named after, as our mighty men now prepare for their next challenge of strength.
Next event, brick lift. The lifter must start with his hands on the brick. No other part of the body is allowed. So it'll be up, 1, 2, down. First lifter in the brick lift, Charlie Vandenbosch, Holland. 12 bricks in your own time, 1 minute, starting from now. Good lift, down.
And each of those bricks weighs 5 pounds.
Next lifter, Odie Wilson, USA.
So their first warm-up lift is
Good
a weight
lift.
of 60
Down.
pounds.
Good. Third lifter, Iceland, Magnusson. Ready, go.
As Jeff Cape said, it's the squeeze and lift technique which makes this event so demanding.
Good lift, down. Fourth competitor, Great Britain, Mark Higgins.
Try my luck today, this is going to drop on my foot.
Ready, go. Good lift, down.
And they make the first round look easy. No problems with 12 bricks, but now it's up to 18 bricks, a weight of 90 pounds. Charlie Vandenbosch for Holland.
Good lift.
O.D. Wilson, the USA.
On your chin, on your chin. On your chin. Good lift, down.
Magnus for Magnusson for Iceland. And no problem for him.
Ready?
The big man, Britain's 6'9" Mark
Begin.
Higgins, now fully recovered from his log roll.
Good lift, down.
All the competitors still in the running as the number of bricks has increased to 20 and a weight of 100 pounds.
No lift.
Each man can have 2 attempts. Van den Bosch goes for his second one.
Good lift.
And it's good. O.D. Wilson on 20 bricks. But fails to make
No
it
lift.
and opts out. Mark Higgins attempting 21, but he too fails to make it and is out. And Charlie Van den Bosch out on 22, leaving Ver Magnusson to attempt the lift of 22 bricks, a total weight of 110 pounds.
Good lift.
And he does it to give Iceland an excellent win and a good chance to win the Trebor Extra Strong Trophy.
It was tough, but it's the first time I tried it, so I'm very surprised to win it.
Is it a trick to be able to do that with the squeeze? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think so. It's a bit of technique. It's the hardest point is when you turn it around and start controlling it first time, in the chest and hands.
Good lift.
So Iceland take 10 points, Holland 8, Great Britain 6, and the American team 4.
Hello, excuse me. There you are. Well, I've now been joined by the giants down here in front of the castle for the last challenge of the day. It's called the car pull, and it works like this. The 2 teams race together. Now, the first man in each team starts off by pulling the lighter vehicle, that's the Volkswagen Golf, 30 metres using a hand-over-hand pulling technique. Got that, lads? Right, once he's across the finish line, the second man in the team, dressed in this harness here, starts pulling the heavier vehicle, that's the Volkswagen Passat, the 30 metres. And when both vehicles are across the line, the clock stops.
And harnessed up in blue for Iceland is Holti Arnason, and for Holland it's Ab Walders. But the towers who will start the event are Magnusson for Iceland and Van den Bosch for Holland.
You ready, Holland? Ready, Iceland? Are you ready? Go!
And getting those cars off the line is the toughest part. Once they're rolling, it's speed, strength and a super strong grip. These men are heaving these smaller saloons, each containing 4 12-stone people, a total weight of 2,000 pounds per car. And Holland's Van den Bosch is over the line first and sets off his teammate Ab Walders. Iceland's Holti Arnason right on his tail. Just look at this Flying Dutchman move. He's 13 years older than his opponent Arnason, but he's sprinting now. An easy victory for Ab Walders.
Charlie, you all right? What's happened to the hand?
Well, it already happened in one of the first events, but it doesn't get any better right now with these events.
Let's have a look. Ah, God, did that hurt?
No, you don't feel it when you do it. It hurts now, but not at that time.
Ab, that was terrific car pull.
Yeah, and I had the advantage that he pulled a little quicker than Magnusson, so I could start. And if he's behind you, then he's pushing you on. It went all right.
Mark, you're chasing Holland's time of 18.6. That's the first pull we've been told.
We're going to do it. I'm fairly confident of this. Jamie's a good puller with the harness, and I'm pretty good with the ropes, so all being well, we should be in for some good points here.
Stand by, pullers. Timekeepers.
So in Heat 2, it's USA versus Great Britain.
Mark, are you ready? Go!
Kazmar and Higgins doing the heaving, O.D. Wilson and Jamie Reeves harnessed up for stage 2. And Mark's predictions for this section coming true as he uses every inch of his massive body to heave this Volkswagen Golf towards the line. And he's made it, giving teammate Jamie Reeves a head start. O.D. Wilson struggling to close that gap. But just watch Jamie get that power on, heaving his body weight down for maximum traction. Pulling well ahead of the American for a conclusive win in the final event for the Trebor Extra Strong Trophy. But out of the 2 heats, who has the fastest time?
Wow, Jamie, you sprinted up there.
Yeah, the partner gave me a good lead again, so I know the only thing I had to do was just stay ahead of OD.
Yeah.
So,
What was in your mind? What did you think to spur you on?
just trying to get to this line as fast as I could. We really need some good points out of this event, you know, this challenge. So it was a very critical event for us, and we came through good.
But no luck for the Americans with the slowest time of the day.
Charlie, how's your finger now?
A little bit better. It was a great physio.
Well, it might ease the pain to know that you won that one.
Yeah, we're very pleased with that because, you know, we didn't start off so well, but this is a good victory.
Well, I can tell you it was a very close victory. 0.1 of a second.
Yeah, well, we trained not on power. We trained on this kind of events. Speed, explosive power, because there's a lot of carrying, running, and let's hope it plays out on the end. But till now, it's going fine.
So after the final event, Holland take 10 points, Great Britain 8, Iceland 6, and USA 4th with 4 points. At the end of 4 events of Pure Strength 3, the final placings put Iceland in the lead with 30 points, Great Britain and Holland level pegging in 2nd place with 28 points, and last year's winners, the USA, in 4th place with 26.
Well, Helty and Magnus, well done. You've got the most points. You must be delighted.
Yes, we are very happy to be the first of the first day, but it's a 4 days competition, and there are 3 more to go. But I think we have many good events left, so we are not giving up.
Well, Magnus, this is the first time that Iceland has taken part in Pure Strength.
Yes, it is. And we will do as well as we can.
You train together quite a lot.
Yeah, we train for the powerlifting in Iceland. It's like a circle. We do powerlifting in the winter time when it's cold and dark. And when the sun shows up, we come over to Scotland for Pure Strength, whatever we can do for the strongman, and it's very nice.
So Iceland, newcomers to Pure Strength, just marginally out in front. But all that can change next week when we have 4 more tests of strength, stamina and endurance on Pure Strength 3. Join us then.
There was thunder in heaven tonight.
Welcome to Pure Strength 3, coming direct to you from Stirling in Scotland, famed for its bloody battles for Robert the Bruce, King of the Scots, and for its historic stronghold, Stirling Castle, where our mighty test of strength is being staged. Out in front at the moment on a narrow lead, it's newcomers to Pure Strength, Iceland, ahead of the other international competitors.
And here are the leaders in the competition, Icelanders Magnus Ver Magnusson and Holty Arnason preparing for the first event. In blue, representing Great Britain at 6'3", Jamie Reeves, his partner 6'9", Mark Higgins. Ab Walders, 6'1", representing Holland, with teammate Charlie van den Bosch at 6'4". For the USA, O.D. Wilson on the left at 6'7", and Bill Kazmaier 6'3".
And our first challenge would test the strength of even this big brute. It's the bow and axe contest held here in the Queen Anne Gardens, a 17th century royal bowling green, though no sign of anyone bowling here today, though 1 or 2 spectators might well be bowled over by what they're about to see. It's all about archery and weighted axes. This is how it works. Our 4 teams of 2 strongmen stand back to back. Now, the archers start off the contest. They're holding arrows on bowstrings tensioned to an amazing 100 pounds. Jeff, pick it up from there.
And then they have to draw the arrow back, which has 2 white marks on it, and the furthest white mark has to pass through the handle. And if I see the white mark pass through the handle, he has to release the arrow.
Right.
And on the word shoot, his competitor partner has to lift an axe at arm's length and hold it as long as possible.
That's some axe.
Until the pain gets him, and he lowers it down to a tape, and when the axe touches the tape, the time will stop.
Now, hang on, Jeff, you were holding that with 2 hands. Is that allowed?
No, it's heavy.
The wimp.
Yep.
So it's 1 hand out straight.
1 hand out straight until they touch the tape, and then the time will cease.
And making it look easy is our archery champion Philip Van Buren, who prepared the bows. And line up right to left in bow and axe, the USA, Holland, Great Britain and Iceland.
Begin!
And the Icelander Magnusson already having trouble despite encouragement from his teammate.
Iceland, shoot!
This is going to be a tough one for the Icelanders. That lead-handled axe weighs 130 pounds, and it's going to be a long hold for Holty Arneson. The Dutch fire. Ab Walters takes up the axe. Iceland still going strong. England and USA maintaining the tension on the bowstrings. Britain lose it. Wilson for the USA fires after 1 minute and 16 seconds. That means that Kazmaier should have a short axe hold to win.
No, not the other way.
USA, lower it a bit.
Holty Arneson has already been holding his axe for 1 minute. Surely he can't last much longer. And Kazmaier getting back support there from his partner. And just look at the lineup, agonising concentration. Looks like it's no problem for the incredibly strong Jamie Reeves of Great Britain or for Walters of Holland.
USA, lower it a bit.
Reeves in trouble now. Ab Walters for Holland loses it, and Jamie Reeves follows suit. Another triumph for the tough Americans, Bill Kazmaier and O.D. Wilson. I have a feeling I know the safest place to be. Between these two guys. O.D.
What's up?
Terrific.
Yeah, it was outstanding. A little hard, though. Had to strive a little bit to get my partner a little extra time, but I hung in there.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good.
What did you think to yourself?
I was thinking I couldn't let him down. And I ain't gonna let him down the rest of the day, so we going for it.
Right.
That's right.
How are those muscles feeling?
Great. Just a little tired. They're great. You'll be surprised what that bow takes out of you. But it does, so it's the first time I ever handled one like that, and it was great.
Bill, he gave you a terrific start, eh?
Did he come through? An extra 5 seconds, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
I knew Jamie and Mark would be awfully tough. He came through, it was great.
Yeah. Were they your biggest competitors in this one, do you think?
Yeah, they won last year, and if we could beat them, we'd take the first place. I'm happy we did. We needed the 10 points.
We'll just take a close look at the pure strength of these gigantic athletes in the final agonising moments of bow and axe. And the results after the first event are USA first with 10 points, Great Britain second with 8, Holland third with 6, and 4 points to Iceland. Well, I'm now standing between the inner and outer defence walls. This particular part of the castle was built in 1500 by James IV. But this whole area is steeped in history. As you stroll around, you hear the school children mentioning the famous words of Robert the Bruce, hero of the Battle of Bannockburn, just 3 miles or so up the road. He said, try and try and try again. In other words, never give up. I'm sure that's going to become the motto of our strongmen as they prepare to do battle on this cobbled hill climb. It's called the waiting game, and it's all based on carrying provisions into the castle up there. Now, it works like this. Our competitors have to gather sandbags, bales and barrels, and then they have to race them, 50 metres up that 1 in 4 gradient up there. The total weight, about 1,000 pounds. Oh, I wish there was something cool to drink in this particular barrel. It requires strength, it requires stamina, and it requires speed.
Well, I think this wouldn't be any problem because the weight is not so heavy. So I think this is for yours.
This is mine.
What do you think about the sack?
He's taking the sack. I'm the biggest one, so I can't lift that weight that height. So he's shorter, so he'll probably take the sack.
I'll try it first. What do you think it weighs?
200 pounds.
Yeah, I think something about 180.
And then these things, it's probably most difficult because you can't put them on your head or on your shoulder, so it's probably the most difficult ones. I tried to put it on my shoulder, but it wouldn't go, so it's probably before your belly all the way. And we have problems with that, I think.
Are you ready?
And they're off, bursting through the massive gates of Stirling Castle. O.D. Wilson and Holty Arneson pick up the double bales. Bill Kazmaier and Magnus Ver Magnusson grab the 200-pound sandbags. And the race is on, up the cobbled hill. And look at this American go. No wonder they call him the Nightmare. 6 foot 7 inches and 385 pounds of muscle on the move. Kazmaier and Magnusson bringing up the rear, and now each man has to pick up a 200-pound barrel and race it to the top of the hill. OD has his barrel, but it doesn't look securely balanced. No, in fact, it trips on the first bend. Oh, and it's a disaster as the barrel goes over the wall and into the courtyard below. Now, he'll have to collect that if he wants to continue. So that's given Arnason the lead for Iceland in Heat 1. But Kazmaier has decided to give his partner a chance to retrieve his barrel by using blocking tactics to delay the Icelander. There'll be some trouble now, and yes, referee Jeff Capes penalises the Americans. And that was a pretty risky thing. The barrel Kazmaier knocked off the Icelander's shoulders actually glanced off his own partner, OD, in the lower courtyard. OD, I think it's fair to say, without any exaggeration whatsoever, that you're lucky to have survived that.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I'm pretty lucky to be here after what happened to me just now, but I'm here, ready to go on with the competition.
Does that make you feel a bit shaky?
Not really. It's all in battle, you know. When you're doing this kind of thing and you're doing this kind of sport, you got to expect that the unexpected always happens. So when it's happening, we all strong men. We're supposed to be the strongest men in the world, so you have to just throw that one over your shoulder and go ahead on with it. So that's what I plan to do. From your point of view, OD, what did happen? Well, first off, the barrels wasn't tested like it should have been. And when I picked the barrel up, I took off so fast with it. I anticipated that I could make a turn, but I couldn't turn. So I got off balance about right here. And when I got off balance, my momentum just took me forward, and I dropped my barrel. So I went down and retrieved it. When I got to the bottom to retrieve it, I took about 5 seconds to take my breath and everything. And by the time I got ready to hoist it back onto my shoulders, I looked up. Somebody, I don't know who it was, but I think if it saved my life, somebody hollered out, "Look out, heads up." And when I looked up, I saw the shadow of a barrel coming down. And when I threw my hand up to block it, I caught the repercussion of it on my arm, and it jarred up my back. And it just kind of like paralyzed me temporarily, but I'm okay now. It was an unfortunate accident, what happened just now, and I just thank God that I'm still here able to talk about it.
Are you ready, boys? This is it.
Yeah.
Timekeepers. Ready?
So in the next heat, it's Great Britain against Holland. Ab Walder's there, known as the fastest, strongest man in the world. Can he live up to it? And as they head up the hill, it's Mark Higgins and Charlie Vandenbosch for the bales, and Reeves and Walters with the sandbags. A good start there by the tall Mark Higgins as he takes the lead, and Jamie Reeves in third position, closing in now on Charlie Vandenbosch. And don't forget, they're racing for the Trebor Extra Strong Trophy. And now it's the tough part of the race, the barrel run. Jamie Reeves makes a fast pickup and takes the lead. His partner, Mark Higgins, in second place. But it's a great run for the British team. A very fast time indeed. And just look at Jamie Reeves go up that 1 in 4 cobbled hill. And the British have it. The hero of that particular run, Jamie, can you talk yet?
Yeah, sure. Throughout the year, I've been very badly injured, and this is my first competition bike. So I'm maybe down on strength, but I've been doing a lot of running and endurance work, and I think that paid off for this event.
And it certainly did. Jamie Reeves, strong as an ox, going like a rocket. So with the disqualification of the American team in Heat 1, the Icelanders will run against the clock to see if they can set the fastest time. And they really are out to win. A little easier for them without any other traffic on the course, but don't forget they've already run half an event against the Americans. So, all in all, a fairly equal test of endurance. And this looks like it's going to be the fastest time. Yes, a well-deserved win after the American football tactics they endure from Bill Kazmaier in Heat 1.
Well, we were very unlucky in the 2 forward holds. So I think we are the fittest of the competitors. Then I think Kazmaier were not very fair to push Magnus over in the first run. And you know, when things get tougher, we get evil. And that is what happens. Like the Viking warriors.
Yeah.
They can't be beaten. Whatever the tricks they are using against us, we are never surrounded.
You sound very determined.
Thank you.
And thank you, Holty and Magnus, for a determined performance. So at the end of Heat 2, Iceland take 10 points, Great Britain 8, Holland 6, and the Americans 0. Overall placings mean that Great Britain and Iceland have moved up into joint first with 44, Holland in third with 40, and the Americans have dropped right back into fourth position with 36.
Is the Queen Anne's Battery, built as another line of defence for the castle way back in 1709. And these cannons saw action at the Battle of Trafalgar. They were constructed at the local Carron Ironworks. But this programme is all about men of iron. Next, an individual event, one man from each team. And we're going to see how many times they can press 2 100-pound dumbbells above their head.
The first competitor will be Charlie van den Bosch from Holland. Tell me when you're ready, Charlie.
Squatten. Juist. Hou vast.
Begin. 1, 2,
3. Come on.
3.
Come on, Charlie. Come on, Pat. Come on, Charlie.
4.
Kom op. 5.
5.
Dat zei ze. Kom op, 6. Agressief houden. In één keer. Explosief. Kom op. 6.
6.
Kom op. Goed. Kom op. En eruit. 7.
7.
Dat is het. Rustig. Rustig. Wat is de tijd? Hop. Oké, rustig. Uit je been. Uit je been. Squat het. Boom.
8.
Dat is het. Rustig. Come on, Charlie.
The next competitor, Jamie Reeves, Great Britain. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
How much time? That was 20 seconds. How many seconds to go?
18.
Come on.
19.
Come on, leg shoots.
20.
Come on.
21. 22. 23. 24. 25.
Don't stop.
26.
Go on.
27.
Rest.
28.
Rest. 1 minute. Got 1 minute left. Come on, deep press. 20-second rest.
Plenty of time, Jamie. 1 minute. Hey! 1 minute, we're training with it. Next lifter, Odie Wilson, United States of America.
Now, Odie Wilson has decided to have a go at this event despite his injuries incurred in the previous event. He's not expecting to perform very well, but is a man of incredible guts and determination.
No.
Come on, Odie, you good.
Come on, Gordy. Come on, bear down now. Up and go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7.
Come on, Gordy.
Come on, Odie, go for it.
Time. 15-second breath. It hurts. Take a blow. It hurts. Take a blow. Take a breath.
Come on, go now! Go now, come on!
8, 9,
Come on,
9, 10, 11,
keep going, keep going!
12,
Keep going!
12,
Come on, that's all I got.
13,
Come on, give me more!
14.
That's it.
But is everything all right?
He's hurt. His back's hurt bad. He's a tough man. He's a hell of a competitor, simple as that.
I mean, is it worth it, Bill? Does he have to go through that?
Well, he doesn't know anything else but excellence. Being a supreme being, being a physical animal. Can't get him to stop. You saw him, he couldn't even do one. He came back and did 13 more.
But Bill, I mean, what was going through Odie's mind? I have to ask you.
Wants to win. More than anything.
You look pretty upset by it.
Well, yeah.
Next lifter, Healthy Arneson. Nice one. Ready? Okay. Begin. 1. 1. 1.
Come on,
2. 3. 4. 5. 6.
Come on, Icelandic power, come on.
7. 8.
Oké, zet overal, hè. Keep erin. We gaan er 30 seconden vanaf. Goede wind, Nico. Ja, we gaan naar 40 seconden.
9.
Goed. Zo.
10. 11.
Oh, kom maar.
11.
Goed erin. Hou niemand uit dit. Nee. Sit come on. Sit down. Don't get mad. Come on. Relax.
Time!
Well, nobody could match the magnificent performance of Britain's Jamie Reeves, pumping a staggering 28 lifts. Closest was the injured Odie Wilson with 14, an achievement really to be proud of. So in the dumbbell press, Great Britain take 10 points, USA second take 8, Iceland 6, and Holland on 4 points.
Our last challenge of the day brings a whole new meaning to towing a vehicle. Lined up here are 4 7.5-ton Mercedes trucks, each one weighing the equivalent of 2 adult bull elephants. The challenge is this: we're going to ask each team to pull a truck using a hand-over-hand technique some 30 meters to the finish line. It's a tough one.
Feeders. Are you ready, competitors? Are you ready? Go!
Remember, they're pulling 7 tons across that car park. There's not a lot in it over the first 20 feet as they try to get the momentum going. It's neck and neck at the halfway point. It's a real team effort. If they don't get the coordination sorted fairly quickly, they'll lose ground. The Americans seem to have the edge. Iceland and Great Britain dead heat in second place, Holland fourth at the moment. But the Americans certainly have their style perfected as they heave the giant Mercedes tractor units towards the line. America first, Iceland second, and with a final pull, the Dutch pip the British at the post to take third place.
Bill.
Odie's got the deadlift. He's coming off a workout of about 850 for 5 off the floor. He's a 900-pound deadlifter. He's got the back. Behind backing me up, stayed right with me. It was great. Went hard.
A good team then.
He's a heck of a teammate. He's learning with every pull, everything he does. Got to give him so much credit. He's never seen this stuff before.
That was some pull.
Nightmare woke up. That's all I got to say. It's time for us to get going. I had so many unfortunate accidents, so many setbacks and so many problems, but it's time to go. These guys are tough. I'm surprised. But I think it's going to go down to the wire, so it's time to get serious.
And there you have it, the United States pulling back after a disastrous earlier event to take 10 points, Iceland in second to get 8, Holland third gets 6, and Great Britain take 4 points. And that puts the overall scorings at the end of Programme 2 with Great Britain and Iceland in joint first with 58, the USA third on 54, and Holland dropping back into fourth place with 50. It's still a very close battle. So the teamwork of the valiant Vikings and the gentle giants of Great Britain giving them a narrow lead, but surely the Americans' Kaz and the Nightmare won't allow this to continue. Watch next week for more thrills, 4 more events in Pure Strength 3.
There was thunder in heaven the night. The world came crashing down, and from the wreck and the carnage they came. Superman to claim a crown, the land shook, the seas raged, as giants walked in.
Again, and welcome to another Pure Strength 3 coming to you from central Scotland, an area renowned for its uncertain weather. But we're now enjoying temperatures in the 80s, and the heat is well and truly on for our 4 international teams, with Iceland and Great Britain tying in first place on a narrow lead. But surely the strength of the Americans won't allow that to continue. In the days when Stirling Castle was built, jousting was the most popular form of head-to-head combat. Well, for event 1 in Pure Strength, we've got a more up-to-date version. It's called the pole push, team against team, using this 12-foot-long pole. Now, the idea is this. Each team tries to push their opponents out of the ring. As soon as one foot is over the rope, the whistle is blown. Now, this was devised in Japan for sumo wrestlers as part of their training program to give them balance, timing, and above all, strength.
Representing Iceland is Magnus V. Magnusson and Holti Arnason. Great Britain, Mark Higgins and Jamie Reeves. United States, O.D. Wilson and Bill Kazmaier. And for Holland, Charlie van den Bosch and Ab Walders.
Okay, competitors please for pole push. United States of America and Holland. On my right, Holland. On my left, USA. Pick up the pole. Take the strain.
Well, an instant swift manoeuvre by the Americans, throwing Ab Walders for Holland out of the circle, and he won't be pleased about that. But it's not surprising if you consider the Dutchman is up against a combined weight of over 700 pounds, with 6'7" OD and 6'3" Kazmaier.
Next 2 competitors, Great Britain and Iceland. Thank you. Okay, when you're ready, lads. On my left, Iceland. On my right, Great Britain. Pick up the pole. That way a bit. That way a bit. That way a bit. Bit more. Bit more. Are you ready? Iceland win.
Now, that really is a surprise, because on this occasion, the smaller, lighter men from Iceland managed to knock out the 6'9", 25-stone frame of Mark Higgins and his 6'2", 23-stone teammate, Jamie Reeves. You can see the excellent footwork and teamwork of the Icelandic team as they outwit the British lads. Just 1 foot out of the ring, remember, to decide the winner. So to decide 3rd and 4th position, the losers of heats 1 and 2 play off.
Pick up the pole.
Great Britain versus Holland.
To your right, go to your right, please. Take the strain. Great Britain win.
Well, that's like nothing we've ever done on pure strength before.
No, nothing we've ever done, I don't think, either. Tough event, need a lot of balance and strength. But it was very close between us and Iceland. I think we just stepped over before them. But it's like it's been all the way through competition. We're all very evenly matched, as you can see, with points, which makes it a better competition.
And to the final for first and second positions, the USA versus Iceland.
Don't forget, you pick up the pole and wait until I say and blow the whistle. Pick up the log.
The smallest team take on the biggest. Kazmaier and Wilson versus Magnusson and Arneson.
Take the strain.
Well, as expected, no real contest there. Size and weight seemingly all important in the pole push.
Well done, mate.
Well, Bill, off to a good start then, Programme 3 for the USA.
Yeah, that's a power event, obviously. With OD backing me up behind me, they can't move him, and I just put a little power on it to push him out.
So after the first event, the scoreboard reads, the USA 10 points. Iceland take 8, Great Britain 6, and Holland on 4 points.
Our next event comes courtesy of the Stirling County Rugby Football Club, who've lent us their scrum machine. Thanks, lads. Actually, they've had a good year this year. They've just been promoted to the Scottish First Division. Now, normally their pack of 8 would battle with this monster, but the challenge now is for each team, remember, of just 2 men to push this against the clock. Well, I'm dressed for the part. Jeff, do you think we can do this?
Oh, no way, Alison. You're joking. No way. You're kidding. No, no way.
Oh, but the teams will. Just watch this.
Are you ready?
These men are pushing an enormous metal sled carrying a total weight of 1,500 pounds over a 20-metre course. Bill Kazmaier and O.D. Wilson going strong right from the start. But this is where the strain begins to tell halfway down the course. But they've made a tactical error. Instead of staying low, they've dug the front in and they're stuck. It's going to be a hell of a job to move it and only have 1 minute pushing time. And they've exhausted their time limit.
Kind of hard to steer when your head's looking at the ground.
Timekeepers. Are you ready?
The Dutch looking very strong on the first part of the course. Both keeping low there. Oh, but Charlie's pulled that weak hamstring again. Looks like he's unable to continue. No, I don't think it's going to work for the Dutch this time. Ab's encouraging his partner to move again. It looks like they might be going for it.
Come on. How much to stop is doing? Come on. Yeah.
10 seconds.
No, time's up. What a brave man, Charlie Vandenbush.
What happened?
I don't know. I thought Ab stood on my heel, but he said he didn't, so something must have snapped or whatever.
Yeah, what, it just went? You felt it go?
Somebody hit me there, so Ab was the only one there, so I thought it was him, but he said, I didn't touch you. So then I knew it was serious.
Timekeepers. Competitors. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Well, the Icelanders once again showing their teamwork, shifting this scrum machine at twice the pace of the other competitors. brilliant run for Arneson and Magnusson. And the first team to actually make it over the line.
We gave it all we had.
No. You can see.
We have never seen this machine before. Well, we have been fantasizing about going to American football. So, if any coach watch this, he can contact us. And we are ready.
Just to demonstrate how heavy this scrum device actually is, just getting it back to the start needs 7 men and a truck.
Next competitors, Great Britain. Are you ready?
Jamie Reeves and Mark Higgins also going strong. Now fading a bit though. Difficult for Mark Higgins, who's almost 7 foot, to keep low, which is the technique needed to get the best drive. And it looks like they've made the same mistake as the Americans, getting the front down and losing momentum. But they're not stopping. A determined pair of British lads here fighting for the Trebor Extra Strong trophy. And no wonder Mark's having trouble. He's lost one of his training shoes. The question now is, will they make it? The time is running out. Jeff looks at his stopwatch. No, it's just short. But the Great British lads do take 2nd place. Oh, okay. Lost a shoe there. I don't suppose that helped at all.
No, it was a 3-legged show. That was awful.
Yeah.
I strapped my shoe on.
Yeah.
It still came off. Amazing.
So you actually got no leverage at all on that other foot?
I just had to keep lifting it up.
So Iceland, the fastest run, get 10 points. Great Britain 2nd with 8. Holland 3rd, 6 points. And USA 4th with 4. After 2 events, Iceland take the lead with 76 points. Great Britain 2nd with 72. The USA 3rd on 68 and Holland on 60 in 4th place. Welcome back to Pure Strength 3. You're seeing some of the strongest men in the world being put through their paces. And now a new twist on powerlifting. It's the individual log lift.
First attempt will be taken by Ab Wolders of Holland. The weight must be taken from the floor to the chest and then above head. Begin.
And for this event, it's a metal log, 120 kilos or 264 pounds if you prefer, in weight. This is only the first lift, as more weights will be added on each round.
No lift. Straighten your arms.
Ram it, come on, Ab. Yeah.
Go lift.
Oh, and Ab didn't like that.
Climb up a bit. Second lifter at 120k, Jamie Reeves, Great Britain.
Lots of hips.
Go lift.
But no problems for Jamie Reeves. This is one of his specialist events.
130k on the bar. Ab Wolders, Holland.
Both Bill Kazmaier from the United States and Arneson from Iceland decide to pass on 120 kilos and go on to the next weight.
Begin.
Go on. Take out, go. Come on, Al. Easy, babe. On your leg, out your babe, hold it. Come on. Head pass.
Go lift. Down.
And once again, he makes it look easy. Amazing to consider he's practically lifting his own body weight above his head.
Next lifter, Bill Kazmaier, USA.
This is where Bill steps in to chance his arm. treating it like a toy. Hardly a strain from the huge American as he hoists the metal log over his head.
Next lifter, Helti Arnesen, Iceland.
Vanta sig. Ja, upp. Ta kontroll. Så.
Good lift.
Easy, says Helti.
Is
We'll
140
see.
kilos. Outwalders Holland.
Up goes the weight again. And Ab now needs a moment to focus his concentration.
Okay. Lift.
Come on, eh?
He looks like he's got problems. Can he make it?
Yes, 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 yes.
No, he doesn't do it.
Yes, 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 yes.
No lift.
The Dutchman drops out 140 kilos.
Next lifter on will be Jamie Reeves, Great Britain, 160 kilos. Begin.
Now, this is more than his own weight he's lifting here. No problem at all. Steps off the podium but retains the lift. A great performance by Jamie.
Helti Arnesen of Iceland.
Yeah!
Begin. Straighten it up.
No, the Icelander
No
goes
lift.
out on 160 kilos.
The next lifter will be Bill Kazmaier, United States of America, 162.5 kilos, 358 pounds.
Now that's 30 pounds heavier than Bill Kazmaier's own weight. As you can see from the size, that's some weight to lift.
Hit it quick. Easy, Bill.
Not even a hint of hesitation as he flings that enormous weight above his head. The satisfied face of a champion there.
Hit it quick. Easy, Bill. Yeah!
Good lift. Yeah. Next lifter, Jamie Reeves, Great Britain, 165 kilos, 364 pounds.
Oh, yeah!
Jamie Reeves of Great Britain attempting to take on the champ.
Yeah! Come back, Jimmy. Yes! Great push, Jimmy! You can do it! Yeah!
No, it's too much, but a sterling effort at the castle.
The winner of the overhead lift is Bill Kazmaier, United States of America, at 162.5 kilos.
So that puts the Americans back in the running with 10 points, Great Britain with 8, Iceland on 6, and Holland 4th with 4. Our last event involves 2 of these 7.5-ton Mercedes trucks, each one weighing the equivalent of 70 Frank Brunos, or about 50 Jeffs.
Yeah, well, I've always been twice the man, Alison.
Well, there are 2 heats, Great Britain and Iceland to go first in the truck harness pull. Jamie Reeves and Mark Higgins crouch down in the start position. Next to the Icelandic pair, Arnesen and Magnussen.
Back a bit.
Ref Jeff Capes makes sure the 7-ton trucks are equally positioned on the start line.
Yes? Block. Yeah. Block. Are you ready? Go!
And they're away. And the Icelanders seem to have the edge, which is a surprise since they're so much smaller than the Brits. But suddenly Mark and Jamie seem to have got the power, and they're really forging ahead now. And it's a win for the British boys, with a final drive to get their hands over the line. Jamie, don't run away there.
Oh dear, I saw your shoulders go bright red.
Yeah.
Your neck go bright red and you went for it.
Yeah, tough pull. We really needed the points.
Yeah.
We're starting to drift back. So it's really important we get a good score in this event.
Right. You put your head down and you raced to that line. What went through your mind?
Oh, just to go for it.
It was good fun. I enjoyed it.
Ever known anything like that before?
It was a good race because we came back from behind. It was very good fun.
Why does the strain actually take its toll, Jamie, on your legs or on your shoulders?
It's an overall body test, you know, in hamstrings. Your legs are burning. A lot of strain in your shoulders from the harness. But you've just got to forget about the pain and just do what's necessary.
Now it's the turn of the Americans and the Dutch.
22.6, I believe the time is you're chasing.
It's a very fast time. They started a little slow, and then they come up like running animals, and they catch up the Icelander guys who are very fast. So it's how fast can you get it loose? If it's running, then it's speed, but it's power to get it loose, and body weight, and it's a lot to do with body weight. So we're the lightest, but we hope one of the quickest.
Are you ready? Paul!
Heat 2 then, Kazmaier and O.D. Wilson on the left for the United States, and Ab Walders and Charlie van den Bosch for Holland on the right. And both teams moving very fast. The Americans with the advantage using the upright style, and they're really going now, 2 seconds ahead of the Dutch. Be interesting to see out of the two heats who gets the fastest time there.
O.D., I saw you put your arm round Bill there.
Yeah, leverage.
What was that for? Not because you loved him so much. Did you help him along?
I love him, but that was leverage. I'm a bit taller here. If I grab hold, I stay down. So I maybe stay down. I'm a little tired.
You've won it.
Thank God. We're working hard.
Kaz, a great feeling.
You know, my partner's a world champ in powerlifting, simple as that. He squats 1,000 pounds. He's breaking the records that I set 10 years ago. That's the kind of partner I want. Somebody just as strong as I am.
Did you feel him put his arm around you?
Yeah, it kept me down in a nice stride position. I didn't mind a bit. Might have helped him balance a little bit.
Well, it would be impossible for you to do it side by side, surely.
There wasn't a whole lot of space in the block or all the way down. You notice the farther you got apart, you bang back together again. So we're a team, we just went in arm in arm.
So in the final event of the day, United States take 10 points, Holland 8, Great Britain 6, and Iceland 4. And the points table for the Trebor Extra Strong Trophy now sees the Americans fighting back in the lead with 88 points. Great Britain and Iceland join second with 86, and Holland way back with 72, but there's still time to catch up. So sweet dreams for the Nightmare and Kazmaier as they take a stronghold of first position. But surely the Viking Warriors will respond next week. More action, 4 more events in another Pure Strength 3. Join us then.
There was thunder in heaven the night. Pure strength, give me pure strength. Invincible, unbeatable, unstoppable, unbelievable. One heart, one soul. Pure strength, give me pure strength.
Welcome to the last in our current series of Pure Strength 3 1989, coming direct to you from Scotland. At the end of today's 4 grueling tests, the winners will take home the coveted Pure Strength Trebor Trophy. Who will it be? Will it be the American team, Bill Kazmaier and O.D. Wilson, who are currently out in front? Or will they be overtaken by the lads from Iceland or from Great Britain, who are currently tying in second position? A change of venue now. We've come down to the centre of Stirling to reenact a siege here at the old military prison. Now, our strongmen have to burst through these main iron gates, then run up to these 12-foot-long battering rams to smash down the huge doors that lead into the prison proper. Now, they have to aim for the target zone here, behind which is a solid oak beam. Once they're through that, they race to the finish line to save the maidens who've been taken against their will.
And here's a bit of testing we did earlier with 3 strong members of our event crew. Don't forget, in the actual event, only 2 members of our international teams will lift that log to batter through the target panel using this 400-pound log ram. Kaz?
4 maidens in there that need rescuing.
Oh my gosh, I'm just the man for the job. I'll get in there in a hurry.
So you reckon you're going to power that down and in you go?
Well, maybe I'll just forget the ramrod and slip underneath the door and get in there quick.
Okay, team change here. Charlie, how's the leg then? You can't make this one.
No, I can't walk hardly, so I'm out of this competition. Sad.
Well, that's bad luck, Charlie, but we've got someone here who's going to take your place. Welcome, Adrian Smith.
Hello.
Feeling confident?
Fairly. Fit.
Great.
Are the competitors ready? Are you ready?
So in the first heat, Americans Bill Kazmaier and O.D. Wilson against Holland's Ab Walders, and reserve Adrian Smith replacing Charlie Vandenbosch. And the Americans leading, and they're through already in 2 straight blows. What power there! Up the hill to the maidens in distress on the finish line, but they're not bothering with the rescue. Oh well, never mind. The Dutch team still trying vainly to batter that beam down. Ab and Adi finally breaking through, and they're on their way to the finish. Not a good time, though. Oh, and a nice bit of Dutch maiden rescuing there from Ab Walders. And the Americans set an incredible time of 16.2 seconds in the first heat. Holland's time was 28.7. And just look at these big men move.
It's very awkward. I think there's a lot of luck involved. I think you can try and take 2 or 3 small hits, or just go for it and take one big run up at it. But then again, you use more time doing that. So it's a question of just wait and see what happens.
Timekeeper! Athletes, are you ready?
So into heat 2, Mark Higgins and Jamie Reeves from Great Britain take on Magnus Bo Magnusson and Holti Arnason from Iceland. The Icelanders are through in one incredible punch. The British finally break down the gate, but it's Arnason and Magnusson leaping past the terrified maidens, closely followed by Jamie Reeves and Mark Higgins.
Helty, what a terrific run that was.
Thank you. Did we win?
You certainly did. 13.6.
Oh, great. We really needed the points. And I'm not sure the competition is over yet, but I think they can't catch us from this. But, it has been our dreams to beat guys like Kazmaier and Odi, but we haven't peaked yet, though. And I'm sure one day we will be capable of lifting more than 1,100 kilo totals.
What have you done to your nose, Helty?
In Iceland we have only had 2 days of sunshine this summer. Then we come here and, you're like a fried chicken, fried chickens.
And so Iceland leap ahead with 10 points. The USA second pick up 8 points. Great Britain third with 6. And Holland fourth with 4 points.
Stirling Castle stands majestically above us. We're now down below at a site called the King's Knot. This used to be the formal gardens of King James I. Appropriate enough, it's where we're holding our wheelbarrow race, though these are no ordinary barrows. They're about 5 times the normal size, and they've been specially strengthened, and we're certainly not loading weeds into these barrows. The total weight, when fully loaded, will be something like 70 stones. This is a true test of pure strength.
In lane 1, Holland. In lane 2, USA. Are the athletes ready?
Yes.
Good. Timekeepers, are you ready?
So as in event 1, the Americans are drawn against the Dutch in the first heat of the wheelbarrow race. And it's a fast start for the Dutch as they load 2 200-pound sandbags into the barrow. And Charlie Vandenbosch has decided to chance his weak leg muscle and come back into the competition. It's the pure strength stone weighing 800 pounds that's next in, so that brings the total weight in the wheelbarrow now to over 1,000 pounds. The Dutch are pulling away from the Americans, and this is a surprise considering Charlie's leg problem. In now goes the huge beer barrel, and then it's a quick turn around the marker, and as fast as they can, back to the finish line. The Americans, I think, have realised that they miscalculated their tactics in the early part of the race, and they're now working as a team. But the Dutch teamwork never in question from the start, and over the line they go in a time of 45.7 seconds. The Americans finally over the line, stopping the clock on 54.4 seconds. Charlie, Ab, well done.
Yes, very pleased with this one.
We won the same event last year, so we had a little pride in this one.
You had good tactics there, Ab.
What you say? It's, you know, we won it last year, so there's some pressure on us. And, oh, you do your best, you try. Let's hope the others are slower.
Warming up now for Great Britain, it's Jamie Reeves, 6'3", and Mark Higgins, 6'9". They're up against the swift but smaller Icelanders, Holti Arnason and Magnus for Magnusson.
Ready, Iceland? Ready, Great Britain? Timekeepers, are you ready?
And that's an incredible start there for the two Icelanders. In go the sandbags, not a problem for either team. And now it's neck and neck to the pure strength stones. The Icelanders have theirs in, the British a little slower there. Iceland take the lead again as they come up to the barrels. Arnason doing the work, Magnusson waiting to run. The British are slow on the barrel lift, fading a little here, I think. Iceland round the marker and heading for home. Now this is the top bit with over 1,200 pounds in those giant wheelbarrows. But they're going to set a very fast time indeed. The British unable to catch up. Incredible, the Icelanders set an identical time to the Dutch to draw in first place in the wheelbarrow race. The heavier British team trailing in this event, coming in at 55.6.
I hear you've got tremendous support back home, haven't you, Helton? Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, in Iceland people follow the Strongman events and the powerlifting. Then it's very important for us to bring victory back home when we do well in other countries. So, like this event, we just had to, we gave it everything we had. 1-2 technical mistake, but we had the Viking warrior spirit all the way.
So Holland and Iceland take 9 points each, the USA 6 points, and Great Britain 4. Overall placings show Iceland now in the lead with 105 points, the USA 102. Great Britain third with 96, and Holland on 85 points.
It's the only way to travel. Off to the next event.
See you after the break.
Welcome back to Pure Strength, coming to you direct from this superb stronghold of Stirling Castle. Heard of the barrel roll? Well, this is similar, the barrel load. Ref, tell us all about it.
Well, the competitors have to get on to the barrel. The barrel's weighing 70 kilos. Okay, Adrian will show you how it's done. You'll pick up the barrel, which is 10 metres away from the actual loading bay. You'll then carry the barrel, load the bay, and run back to pick up the next barrel. There are 8 barrels in all.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, Adrian.
Off you go. Right, you'll run down the course, you'll go down to the loading bay, throw it on, and you'll turn around, run back and collect the next barrel. First competitor, barrel load, Magnusson, Iceland.
Well, no problem with barrel number 1. This event begins to take its toll as you get to the second row of barrels, but at the moment the Icelander making it look very easy. Getting a lot of encouragement there from his teammate Arnason, and he needs it. Remember, each one of these huge barrels weighs over 150 pounds. You can see the strain beginning to show now, and the last 2 barrels are going to be the deciders for a fast time.
Klára! Taka hann upp og geta hann, Magnús! Ekki gefast upp! Við þurfum þess að punkta! Við þurfum þess að punkta! Náðu í gegn! Halda leið! Halda leið!
And he's made it. 8 barrels in 1 minute, 14 seconds. A fast time to beat.
Bill Kazmaier, United States of America.
And Bill Kazmaier, who loves the Scottish pipes, misjudges it on his first barrel. Quite a different style here, but it's over. And he's decided not to use the shoulder lift. Instead, Kazmaier's using a long throw to get those huge barrels over the loading bay. No, it's back on his shoulder for the 5th barrel, and 3 left to go. And he's slowing down now. Bill looks in trouble. Oh, he's losing it. Can he make it with the last load? But he has made it, and Kazmaier finishes in 1 minute 16 seconds, just 2 seconds slower than the Icelander. Did you ask for that pipe music to play?
Yeah, thought it would help me a little more. But it's tough to pull it out. It's a hard event.
Next competitor, barrel load, Mark Higgins.
And at 6'7", Mark should have an advantage in this event. Moving well there.
Come on, Higgins, yeah! Come on, you're looking good, come on! Come on! Come on, big left, let's go!
Oh, but the strain's setting in at the end of the first row. He's slowing down now.
Yeah, come on,
those barrels really beginning to have some effect on this strong man.
Come on, there's only 2, you can do it again, come on! You can do it, come on! Come on, there's only 1 after this again, can you do it?
And look at the pain on his face. Last one to go, but his time's not going to be good, I'm afraid. Oh, and he's dropped it. A disaster for the British. Finally makes it a time of 1 minute, 20 seconds. Well, the challenge is now on because Holland's to go next, and Ab Walders is said to be the fastest strongman in the world. He's chasing Iceland's time of 1 minute, 14.2 seconds, and he's just about to start.
Up and go! That's easy. Oh, yeah! Okay, name it that. Up, go. Great, man. Oh, yeah!
And so far, Ab's making this look like child's play.
Okay, lekker gaan. Jij gaat goed. Okay, geweldig. Blijf aan, gooi. Oh, come on. Dat is geweldig.
Well, the first row over in a very fast time. But as we've seen, this is where it really begins to get tough. Amazingly, he's not slowing down yet, though.
Come on. Great, man. Come on.
2 to go. And the pain's setting in now. The last one. Oh, and he's dropped it. The same problem as the British. Can he get it back up there? Yes, he can.
Ab, if you can look up for 1 second, because I can tell you the good news. That was 1 minute 06. You won. Terrific. I could give you two. The fastest strongman in the world.
And some well-needed points there. Holland take 10, Iceland second with 8, the USA have 6 points, and Great Britain bringing up the rear with 4.
Well, the Old Market Square is now being cordoned off, and it's ready for our final event, an explosive finish to Pure Strength 3. It's the car charge.
In the next event, the car pull and push, it's going to require a great deal of athletic ability, a lot of speed, a good bit of endurance. The speed's going to come in, getting the car up to maximum speed, and then racing back down the hill. A little bit of coordination and hooking up to the rope. The back man just simply leans into the car, pushes as hard as he can. The front man pulls with the rope.
I'm basically a power lifter, but this is a speed event, so we're going to see how we fare. And when we was dealing with the trucks, that was relatively my kind of a thing, but I'm looking forward to the event, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
In lane 1, Holland. In lane 2, Great Britain. Are you ready?
And as they go up the hill for the first time, pulling these fully loaded Volkswagen Golf saloon cars, Jamie Reeves pulling for Great Britain, Mark Higgins pushing the car. For Holland, Adrian Smith steps in for injured Charlie van der Bush, and Ab Walder's giving it all he's got at the back there. But the British in the first stage are over the line first, and they now race back to collect the bigger saloon car, the Volkswagen Passat, and this is where the going gets tough. And they've got to get it moving, and you can see just how much harder this is. With 4 12-stone passengers in the car and a gradient of 1 in 6 thrown in just for good measure. And the Dutch are having problems and dropping back. The Britain's Jamie Reeves has turned round to do a reverse heave. Mark Higgins getting that power down. The British team really summoning up every last ounce of energy left in their bodies to get that car over the finish line. Oh, and the strain showing on Ab Walder's face. The most arduous bit is just getting the car over that line, and can the British do it? And it's finally there. The Dutch team still trying, and the car has come to a halt. And I can tell you that will be almost impossible to get any momentum going on that incline now. No, they've called it a day. Bad luck to the Dutch team.
On the inside lane, lane 1 is Iceland, and lane 2 is United States of America. Are you ready?
Bill Kazmaier pulling and O.D. Wilson pushing for the USA. Holti Arneson, the Tower, and Magnus Vermagnussen pusher for Iceland. The Americans already making it look easy, but the Icelanders have got their car moving quite quickly now. The Americans racing back to collect the second car, with the Icelanders hot on their heels. Well, Bill Kazmaier taking it easy, strapping the tow line onto his belt there. But this may be a tactical error, as he's losing valuable time with the Icelanders already on their way back up the hill. And points all important, because if the Americans get the fastest time and the Icelanders the slowest, the final placings will be a dead heat between these two countries. Kazmaier's got the power down now, O.D. in a slow heave. And Kazmaier showing his strength here, just pulling his car ahead of the Icelanders, who've lost a little of their drive. There's no doubt about the winners in this event, Bill Kazmaier and O.D. Wilson for the USA. The Icelanders finally over the line, and timing's all important now to decide the overall winners. Is it going to be a dead heat in pure strength 3, or have Iceland pipped last year's winners, the Americans, to the post? Well, there you have it. USA take 10 points, Great Britain 8, Iceland 6, and Holland 4 points. And that means our winners are Iceland on 119 points, just behind the USA with 118. Great Britain take 108 points, and Holland 99. And that brings us to the end of Pure Strength 3, and the finish couldn't have been closer, just 1 point in it. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to the Marketing Director of Trebor, our sponsors, Mr. Roger Mumby. Hi, Roger. It's his job now to present the winners with the trophy, and the winners are, on 119 points, Helti Arnason and Magnus Ver Magnusson of Iceland. Well done!
There was thunder in heaven the night the world came crashing down.